was a natural genius. Now, this is one I see a lot. And again, talk about the spectrum thing. Being a natural genius is not a bad thing. The way Dr. Young frames this, though, is that for many people, there is a sense that if something doesn't come easily to me or I don't get it on the first try, that means I'm a failure. Now, for many of our professional students, right, there is this just natural genius quality. What it means is you're just naturally good at certain things. Maybe you excelled in undergrad, or maybe you were just told growing up, like, hey, you're really good at this, right? But you get up maybe into a higher level of schooling, and all of a sudden you start facing challenges that you hadn't really had to face before. And when you're not able to meet those goals, or you struggle a little bit, all of a sudden you start relating that to your self-worth, right? You know, the thing I see the most with our natural geniuses is procrastination. Here's the rationale behind that, right? I mean, we all procrastinate to some extent. But when we talk about this competency type of natural geniuses, those of us who are naturally good at things, we can put things off for one of two reasons. One is, things have just come easy. So we feel sort of confident that, hey, you know what? I don't need to work on that. I'll get it done I'll figure it out. It'll be fine. I'll figure it out, right? So there's that procrastination in that sort of sense of like, I'll get it done because I always pull it out. And oftentimes that can be attached to a sense of thrill that happens when we procrastinate, and then you pull it out last minute and you're like, yeah, see, I got that. Not a super great strategy, because eventually it's going to come back at you. But the other thing that can happen, people don't often realize that, is what's underlying that is actually a sense of fear, right? If I get working on this and I don't do a good job, and maybe I am not really the genius that I think I am, maybe I'm not really as good as people think I am. And here's the thing, natural geniuses don't think of themselves as geniuses. We're talking about imposter syndrome here, right? So for most people that fall in this category, what's really happening inside is like, yeah, I keep pulling things off, but people don't realize that inside my head, I don't believe I know what's going on. Like, I'm just like pulling this off with the skin of my teeth, I'm making it up, I'm just pulling out of nowhere. And so for a lot of people, they're not thinking like, I'm a natural genius, they're thinking like, I don't really know how to do this, which leads to a sense of fear, which can freeze us up, right? If I don't know if I can do it, you know what, maybe I'll go wash the dishes instead. Or, you know, I think I need to organize my sock drawer right now. That's really what needs to happen instead of writing that paper. And so if we can challenge that just a little bit, right, that can really help us manage our time a little better. It can help us kind of start moving forward.